Hey, so I made it back in time to start this from the office. I'm going to go on and wait a few more minutes before we get started. Plus, Jason just walked in the door and he's going to sit in with me. So I'm going to get that all going. Hopefully I can watch it from my computer so I can see. So I can watch myself here and watch the comments come in, hopefully. Hopefully this all works. So, I've never done this quite like this, so bear with me. Might be the only time we do this. Oh. Here you go. Take that downstairs. So the kids want to watch too, so we had to hook up the iPad for them. They're going to be downstairs. Bear with me. We should have maybe left them down the street at the neighbors at Grandma and Grandpa's. I'm kind of surprised Jason is going to do this with me. Welcome. There's a couple more minutes and Jason's still scrounging around trying to help me with a few things and the kids. And how's everybody's evening going? It's cold. Like, I'm not happy about this winter weather. I would shut the door and fix your collar. It's rolled in the back. So we're on. Okay. So you're gonna have to sit kind of behind me. I only have so much room in my corner here. You can say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
So we're gonna give a few minutes just to get, let some more people jump on. We're a little early. I had to kind of arrange everybody. I kind of got it on the laptop so I don't miss any questions or comments coming through, and we may do this again. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Callie says he wants about your popping your collar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, at least he's got the button. Never fails. Like, he wants to walk out the house and he's only got like 4 buttons from the bottom done. Drives me nuts. Like, button that all the way to the top.
I hear you.
Hi, John. Your dad says hi.
Hi.
Oh, hey, my biggest supporters are already on.
There you go.
Callie and your dad.
It's the main ones.
That's right.
No, everybody's good.
We appreciate it.
Everybody.
This is a big leap of faith here. I never really thought we would be doing this a few years ago, did you?
Nope.
Callie's laughing. I can just hear her in the background. Hi, Brittany. Thanks for tagging along. Callie, have you been sitting on questions all day long?
Yep, for sure.
Oh, man. Hey, Dustin.
Yep. Yeah.
Jason's not happy with my oil shelf.
They're probably all empty.
They're not empty. Some of them need to be restocked. Hi, Carol. Did you get your chickens all done? I'm glad you're there. Sorry I stole your help. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
I'm sure Brian has lots of hay questions. Well, it's just now 8 o'clock, so we'll give it, another minute? Let some more people roll on. I'm kind of excited that you're doing this with me.
Brian's at a...
Hello.
Yep.
It's because you still have another hour before you can put him away, Carol. Brian, we don't row crop.
We don't have no combine.
There's no combine to drive. Although that big square baler, it looked like a combine coming in.
Hey, Josh.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Bree. You can go deal with her. What do you need, sis?
He'll be all right. Just tell him.
I'm not even sure you could drive the big square, Brian, because I'm not allowed to drive the big square baler at this point.
I want to watch TV.
Just go outside. Just go outside. Go deal.
Just go watch TV.
It shouldn't. The hay man just walked out the door with the child, Brian, so hold that thought. I hope it doesn't kill anything, because that will make me very, very sad. I have some really good plots going of Alfalfa. Actually, I was the plot behind our house, not gonna lie, I was stressed. Like, I always stress. The Alfalfa stresses me out the most. Every winter, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be great. And then February, March hits, and all you see is this brown, dormant stuff. And then March, April starts rolling around when the grass starts getting green, and it's still dormant. I'll let Jason talk more about the alfalfa. But the alfalfa stresses me out because it's dormant and just laying there, dead looking. Because it is. The alfalfa grows new roots and new plants each year. So what you see on top is the dead stuff. I call it dead because it doesn't regrow right there. It starts new plants each spring. He must be really dealing with the children. All them hours. Sometimes how I'm going to murder my husband in his sleep. No. Riding in the tractor. Let's see. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I talk about different things. Like, I record a lot of my blogs live. So Brian wants to talk about the frost with the alfalfa, but in the meantime, I'm talking about what I think about in the tractor. Also, snacking. I eat a lot of snacks in the tractor. So Brian wants to know about the frost. Is it going to hurt anything with the alfalfa? I sort of mentioned
it shouldn't.
The dormant state, but you do a better job talking about that.
It shouldn't. It should have enough growth on it to where it hopefully won't do anything, but we'll just have to
pray.
We'll just have to pray. I don't know what else to do. I mean, it's Mother Nature. So
I kind of talked about the dormant cycle with alfalfa, where I stress each
So
February.
alfalfa has crowns, and it grows a new plant from the crown every year.
So
each time after you cut it too. So like when you cut the stem off, it grows a new plant from the crown.
So for all us non-hay farmers, what's the crown?
And it's like a taproot, and it just has like a whole bunch of plants on it, and that taproot goes down.
We should have brought a piece of alfalfa in.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. What else you got, Brian? I know there's lots in there because you ask me all the time. Hi, Heather. She talks to me. I do talk to Callie a lot in the tractor. A lot of it is not very nice things about somebody. Why would a hay farmer have horses to eat the hay?
Yeah.
No, somebody was a roper and needed to feed his horse.
Yep.
So, hi, Marilyn. To me, the alfalfa equals the Little Rascals. Brittany, yes. So that occasionally happens. That sticks right there.
Yeah.
It's not a waste hay, because waste hay for us goes to the cows. Can you come deal with my children too? So I can...
We love you too.
Okay, so Aaron, did you miss the part where my kids had to come in and interrupt and the dogs are barking? And then my mom was calling. Oh man, Susan. Okay, so I'll record it and I will make sure you can see it later, Susan. She's one of my friends that I picked up from Instagram and we talk almost every day.
Okay. Yep, they'll be on there.
The farmers every day. I've never heard this. Hi, Wendy.
Yep, hi, Wendy.
So, talk about the difference between row cropping. I came from row cropping, so we grow...
We don't want no part of that.
Okay, so
Especially with a frost coming.
So I came from row crops. My parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, they all did the row cropping. They had cattle, they had swine. I grew up in this life cycle. I have never done hay like the way I was thrown into hay. We did round bales, we did small Tootsie Rolls for the hogs. I never touched a square bale until I met him.
Where do you get tractor parts when something breaks? We just pray that they have the part. I mean, just dealers.
Somebody has a stockpile. He might live down the road from us.
Yeah.
And usually he's really good about finding things. His name is John. He kind of managed. We managed to make a lot of our parts work if we can't get them at the dealership. But we've recently partnered up with Side Stricker. Hence the color change.
When you're a farmer, you
gotta go for convenience.
You find ways to either make it work or you pray that it works. You may break something else in the long run, but you just pray it don't. So.
You marry a man that can weld and do it all. Like when a couple weeks ago, I broke the tongue on the fertilizer buggy. I don't know if y'all saw that blog. And me talking about it. If you're on my Snapchat, I'm sure you've seen it because I broke it in a big number. And we had to weld it in the field.
Yeah.
We had to lift it up and weld it to bring it home. Thank God we weren't very far. Literally in the backyard. So what else you got? This is fun. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of excited. And I haven't even been drinking. I was a little worried.
Yep.
I saw the new round hay feeders. They were interesting. Okay, so the new round, the feeders that are in the front yard. So that's something that John and Carol partnered, dealered up. Thank you, Marilyn. So you want to talk about those hay feeders? They're heavy duty. You're not going to be able to, I can pick up the round bale feeders out in the field that we use for our yearlings. These suckers, you're not picking up.
We're not using any round bale feeders now. So
okay, so here's the deal about round bale feeders. We only use them briefly. I have them for the horses and I have them for the 2 bulls right now at home because the bulls aren't obviously in with the herd; they're home. But round bales, we do not use round feeders. We
unroll our hay, or we scatter it out, or either find some way to move the manure.
Hi, Cam. So the biggest thing, you want to talk about why we unroll it and not put it in a feeder?
It moves the manure in different spots of the field and doesn't keep them from trampling one area.
It also keeps their eyes. So sometimes you can see. We suffered from this with our yearlings. So sometimes you can get fine sims in your livestock's eyes, whether it's horses or if it's the cattle. We were getting eye infections, which was pink eye in winter, and I was going nuts because typically you don't have pink eye in cattle in the dead of winter, and I was struggling with that. It's because they were sticking their heads right into the round bale, getting dust and crap. So as soon as we stopped putting the round bales in the feeders and started unrolling it and giving squares, pink eye disappeared. Yep. Biggest thing. Callie wants to know, what is each of your most favorite parts about your farming lifestyle? You first, while I hummer on this.
My first one's probably making hay, and my second one is kind of growing on me here. I kind of did earlier, and I kind of moved cows. I moved about 55 head, and I had them all through the gate in about a minute and 21 seconds, somewhere in there.
Who helped you today?
I just did it. Just me, but I kind of like it, keeping the cattle calm, and it really kind of grows on you after you start doing it.
Okay, so my favorite part of farming lifestyles, I could say nice things like, I get to spend time with my husband all the time, and I love my children.
We get a lot of quality time.
We do not get quality time. Our quality time is usually hand signals through whatever vehicle we're driving, and a lot of yelling. I would say my favorite part is just being able to do something that makes me truly happy. Like, I get frustrated, and the animals tick me off. And I have to say, my animals are like my children. You love them. I mean, like, every day you love them. But damn it, they piss you off sometimes. It's like a husband.
They're not just hay burners that way.
A few cows and horses. Brian, it makes your wife happy, so stop complaining. That's what I told Jason, and now I have a whole herd of cows. But yeah, I would definitely say I don't have a favorite part of farming because it's all my favorite. Like, I didn't think this was going to be possible 2 years ago when Jason said, I want you to be home with me. In 2018, he really pushed, I want you home. I want you to help. And I fought that whole year I fought you. I fought leaving finance. I fought leaving that 40 to 65 hour a week being gone. He asked you to be home?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think I do, Brian? I don't have a job. This is my boss. This is my husband. Biggest thing? Partners. Now, what does he have to say about that? He hasn't fired me.
When we're not in the field, I get lunch most days, so that's a plus.
Lunch also consists of ham sandwiches and lots of peanut butter and jelly.
Better than going hungry.
That's right. The boss. I think you just have to find what fits your niche. Jason is very good at that. His hay business is his niche. You're very good at it. Yeah. I don't know that any part of it that you're not good, except for yesterday when we were struggling with that darn wet rye. Dave and Karen are on.
Hey, David.
Yes, Callie, because I think you sat with me many times while I was having this meltdown about whether or not I was going to do the right thing. Can you make your mother's rolls? Brian, I don't think anybody can make my mama's rolls the way she can. It was a very... you should have seen us at Easter. So Lisa and I were trying to make them rolls. The dough was ready. Was you in here for this when we were doing this, trying to figure it out? So my mom gave us one task: to take the dough and make it into balls and put them in the pan. Total failure. They were the funniest looking rolls that we'd ever ate. Tasted great, but they were all different sizes.
Hey, Ron.
So, what is your favorite breed of cows? That's tough because we have several different kinds intermingled in there right now. So we have a little bit of everything. We do have purebred Angus heifers we bought in December. Yeah, in December. But I also have those Simmental crosses. We have Charolais crosses. We have a red Simmental Angus bull. I'm really excited about seeing him. This will be our first crop with him this fall, so I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. Brian, do not let out any of my secrets. You've known me for a long time. Thanks, Dave. I would say my favorite breed of cows, though, anything with a cross of Angus. I just like the overall look of an Angus, but if you pair it with anything else, whether it's a red Angus or the Brangus, which is Brangus.
I don't know. I'm kind of interested in the cows that we're calving, especially. I don't know. I kind of have a thing for white faces, but we have one little red one out there, and she's a heifer, and
she's slick.
She's really good looking. So.
She's out of a baldy face mama, like a brockle face. She has white spots, her mama does. And because I'm doing all the talking, Michelle.
Hey, Jane.
So I was really upset with this red calf that came out of my brockle-faced black and white mama. I hated it. I told Jason she's going to go. Mm-hmm. But 2 weeks later, she slicked off, and she's probably one of my favorite calves out there. I mean...
Kelly wants Brangus.
I don't know. Keaton and I were talking about some Brahmas I think earlier today, and he likes their ears, the Brahma ears down. I'm like, the only time I want to see freaking Brahma ears down, never. You never want to see your cow's ears down. Cow's ears down mean they're sick.
Yep, sick. Need something.
Hey, Brad. Long time no see. Hi, Jess. Okay, so Michelle wants you to talk. Michelle, ask a question. And many longhorns. Okay, so I can't have anything with horns because somebody will undoubtedly rope them.
Yeah, we don't want anything with horns right now.
Not to mention the kids are with us 24/7 out there. Callie, if I get hurt, are you going to come down and work with this dude?
They can be hard on a trailer, too, so we'll just leave that to
They can be
else.
hard on a lot of things, because we're not set up for any kind of longhorn, or really any horned cows. I am kind of anxious that we watch one guy on YouTube, and he has, where he, puts a big rubber band on the horns. I've never seen, so growing up, I always thought you either left them horned, and you could tip the horn so they didn't get hurt, or you nubbed them off straight get-go. But this guy waits and lets them get, horns. And he rubber bands them with, thick rubber bands.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Katie. I have a trailer house.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can come live across from the cows. Okay, so Michelle wants to talk about the fence business. So technically the fence business isn't really us. We do a lot of behind the scenes. It's definitely Jason's parents. But you want to talk about it?
My mom's kind of wanting to go into retirement.
She wants to retire.
And so they're trying to get this going to where they can kind of be home a lot more. And with us practicing this as with all the cattle, it's kind of all of us kind of doing it all together. Community. So I think with us trying to do it all together, everybody just kind of wants to pitch in and
do their own part. The biggest thing is
what I'm trying to say.
I'd say be included. And be a partnership. So with Jason's parents being so close, we utilize them a lot. Mm-hmm. They help us quite a bit with the kids when they're home. They step up and either drive a truck with Jason or they help with being in the tractors. And the same goes with my parents. They step up and help with the kids. I've been known to call my dad a time or two and be like, gonna need you to run a truck today, Dad. Gonna need you to haul some hay.
Some of it's half of it is just having more places to go with the kids, and
that's
sometimes
the hardest
they can be
time.
A handful. So.
That's the hardest part, I guess, with what we do and being home, because the kids have been home for the last 2.5 months with me. And so I was talking to somebody maybe this morning or yesterday. I have never been home with Keaton so much in my life.
I don't mind having one longhorn if Dad's looking for a longhorn, but just one. We don't need 10 of them.
We're going to have a discussion later about this longhorn business.
So, hi, Sharon.
Hey, Corey. And Callie's game to come live in the trailer.
Yeah.
Problem solved. What are we going to do with Tim? Is he going to... Hey, there are truckers, and we have a Side and Strict John Deere dealership real close to home. This might work.
That's right.
We'll move you up. Over. What direction is that? From...
East.
Don't forget, we have to... I need... Sharon, you're on here. I'm going to have to remind... We need to talk about... Hey. I kind of forgot. This is going a lot longer than I anticipated. Mm-hmm. Good thing you don't have anything else going on tonight.
Oh, no, don't worry. You can catch it up.
You're not late. We're still going. We found plenty to talk about. He will just keep trucking. Hey, you know what, Callie? Honestly, we should talk to John later about it.
Somebody needs to get the freight
lined up
and get it paying better, so...
It's all on time. It'll get there. So what else y'all want to know? Burning questions.
Don't know.
Okay, so I know the reason why you got into hay back in the day, but these guys don't. So why don't you give a little brief to why you're a hay farmer and not a row crop farmer?
I was in FFA and a sophomore in high school and really striving to have an SAE. So
Don't we all?
I kind of had a couple of people behind me, Dad being one of them, and kind of pushed this all forward. And next thing you know, I was so far into it about 3 years later that I was just like, you couldn't get out. So you're just like, well, find more ground here and there, and
So you
just find a market for it, and it's just kind of been
that kind of ties
ongoing ever
into
since
what
then.
that kind of ties into what Sharon just asked. How many customers for horse hay, and how do you plan to get more customers?
Like right now we have quite a few stables. I think about 5 or 6 in a feed store that we kind of keep going. I'm not sure if I want a whole lot more. Just in our area, it's pretty hard to find ground. We're we're high competition with either row crop farmers or CRP ground.
And we can't compete with
we can't compete with
Either
neither
of
one
them.
of them. So we kind of get leftover scraps here and there around field edges or some stuff
The
like that.
fields
So
that
it just
nobody
kinda-
wants to mess with, that are bumpy and hard to get to. But it's not necessarily planned to get more customers. We want to strive to keep our customers, the ones that are faithful. We've got some that are saying, "Hey, we see your alfalfa. It's looking real nice. When are you going to cut it?" Same question I want to know.
The biggest thing that we can work on is, I mean,
Perfecting our quality.
there's never a good quality, but you can just always try to keep making better quality hay.
And that's one of the things I can't say that I guarantee it, it's you guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because when we send hay, and I don't talk to nearly the clients that he talks to, or even his parents talk to with the fencing side of it, I'm behind the scenes. I like making the hay. I don't want to be up front. So us doing the live and the YouTube was kind of a into social world, but we back all our hay. That's something that some people don't always, they don't want to back their product. And I don't know how many times we'll drop off a load and Jason's like, if you don't, you see a bad bale, let me know. Or we'll be unloading a load and you'll be like, nope, put that one back on the trailer, Kayla.
Right.
Do you test it?
We have done some tests in the past.
Jason knows his product.
We can get a sample done, but it costs a little bit. It only takes about a couple day turnaround to get it. And if somebody really requests and is going to buy a big quantity, then we will test some if need be.
Hey, Mary. Hey, Holly. What's your furthest customer? So we just sent hay up to Chicago a couple weeks ago. Your dad took
up
it.
By Rockford, Illinois. Most of everything is pretty close around here, but if somebody does have some bad weather like Wisconsin, they've struggled the last 2 years, I think, to get good quality dry hay put up. But if there's ever a drought around, we kind of try to send some wherever it needs, if possible. In the last probably about 3 years ago, we were sending a bunch of hay to Nebraska.
Colorado.
About 8 years ago, we were sending hay to Colorado when it was real bad out there. So just kind of depends on if somebody has a drought. Nobody wants to ever have one, but usually there's somewhere.
And that's the thing.
Every year in the US.
was talking to somebody on a farming network page. They're the difference between row croppers and hay farmers. The row croppers right now, they are panicking trying to get in the field right now because they have these deadlines set by the USDA and the insurance world. They have to get this stuff in. If they miss that, you can go back in and replant, but who knows what the fall is going to look like. Hay farming,
you only have so much time on the other end.
Hay farming,
growing season.
You may not have the quality, but you're always going to have something. It just may not be the quality that we're wanting to look for or wanting to sell. But in the 8 years I've been with you, we haven't had. I've been very fortunate. I haven't seen us have a bad year. It just, and maybe we were talking to somebody this afternoon talking about how our business just it keeps growing. It's definitely progressing.
I'm not sure if we have a dry season. We really don't have a plan, but we just bail
Pray
everything we can
and
and just pray and go. That's about all you can do.
He rations my feeding.
Yeah.
So the last few weeks, we've had some people wanting some hay, and I put my hay in the front of the barns because it's the last to get taken out, and this ensures that I have hay for this time of the year. But he sells it.
We still have quite a few round bales left, but we don't really want to sell them. But
We're holding on to them.
Most
for
of our
cows.
squares are pretty well gone.
So let's talk why we got into cows. Besides the fact that I love them and they make me happy, why did we get into cows?
Main reason is for the younger generation that we have, and I mean, even though we like it too, but we want
them to pass it on.
Yes,
definitely.
But, I mean, if they don't want to pass on hay,
you Sharon.
We just have a variety now of hay, cattle. We're trying to just be more incorporated in the whole family.
And you load it. I try really hard to help Sharon, but you could have made it easier on us and just let us load it with the grapple. Let's talk about the grapple.
Yeah.
Because we don't do any bucking bales. If we buck bales, it's a bad, bad, bad day. I have seen this kid drive 2.5 hours to get a part for a skid loader so that we could run the grapple.
Makes it a lot easier.
Hey, Trent.
Hey, Trent.
Hey, Brett. Because they taste good. We actually haven't ate any of our cows. Not yet. Doesn't mean I don't want to. There's one over there.
We haven't been in it long enough yet.
There's one over there. His name is Hank, and he's pushing 1,000 pounds. And every day I go over there, I'm like, he looked real good on my grill today. Because it's real close. I really want to eat him. But the name of the game for us right now is being able to get heifers. Like, when I have babies and I go over there and I see a heifer, my heart's happy. If I get a bull, I'm not so happy because I want replacement heifers. And especially right now. What? You rock. Yes, I want to see the grapple in action. So you'll have to watch on the vlog for the grapple business.
Keep watching them YouTube videos. Maybe in about 20 days we'll be going.
Or 6 weeks
at
the rate we're going.
Somewhere in there.
What else you got? I'm having fun with this. This, guys, has made my Friday night happy. We don't buck bales in New York. We have kicker balers right on the wagons.
Yep, they kick them right in.
With the meat market going to hell, what do you need to do to ensure you make money with the cows? Brian, I don't know. Mr. Beefman, we just keep reading. I keep following along. Right now we're still in it because making money isn't the name of the game for us at the moment. We are getting the replacement heifers. We're building our herd. And up until, typically it takes 3 years in the cattle market when you first start. From the first time you start buying cows to starting to see a real profit, it takes 3 to 5 years. It's a long haul. It depends on if you start with open cows or if you want to buy into the beef market and buy the 500 weight calves and feed them out to the 800, 900 stage, or if you're wanting the feedlot cows, or if you want to just bring in the cows and ship them out to somewhere and just let somebody else take care of them.
Right now we've got a lot of 4-weight calves that are either, some of our yearlings, but our yearlings are mostly all heifers. We only have one yearling steer. Most of everything we weaned in the fall. Our fall herd we weaned this spring. They're all 4-weight calves. So as long as we got enough grass, hopefully everything will kind of level back out, and we'll just keep feeding them.
Ideally, and then part of that, ideally, and it's not going to happen right away, but ideally, in the future, probably I would say 6 to 12, maybe even 18 months. Carol, Jason's stepmom, wants to do her own butchering. So that means we're going to have our own beef. We want to be able to market and direct market our own beef. And that's a big part of it. If you've seen all the records I keep trying to keep track of, I have a notebook over here.
It's gonna be a long process though, because we want to
we want a good quality, and we want to back it just like the hay. Everything that you want to have, take pride in. And I'm okay.
So go like DAI.
Okay, so Heather, we bought some heifers that were AI'd, and I'm in the midst of. I don't have the book up here, but I have several books. They're in the kitchen that have breed sires out there, and I think I was talking to Michelle about how you pick out sires, because to her they all look the same. It's a whole different world than horse sires, because straws of semen can range anywhere from $14 to $1,400 depending on what side of the market you want to be on. Right now I am looking at I want the best of the both worlds. So if we were to butcher our AI'd calves, I want them to be consistent. I want them to look nice. But I also want them to look nice in my pasture. I have different qualities that I really look for. Biggest thing is I want low birth weight calves, that low on the ends to go. So like I'm talking 45, 50 pounders, not 85 pounder calves that are born. But I want them to jump in 2 weeks. I want them to bounce when they hit the ground. So that's a big thing with the cattle side of it.
Yeah. Bale Bandit. Get me started on this thing.
Have I seen one?
Between the Bale Bandit and the Baron, either one, they're nice machines, but it's hard to justify what they cost. So we went with the Cunes, and ours still bands together, so it's just in a different form. No, it's not near as easy, and there's still some labor involved. But it's just hard. It's hard to swallow, that
it's a big chunk of price. So when him and his dad was talking about this accumulator, I laughed at them. It was right after we got married, and I laughed at them. I'm like, this is going to be dumb. It's not going to work. Guess who runs this baler and accumulator?
We're trying to keep it simple because it's kind of at the end of the chain on baling hay, so. If you're that far into after you mow, rake, bale, and now you're trying to gather them all up, you just want it pretty simple, just trying to get them to the barn. So.
Yeah, it's a process, that's for sure. And right now it's just us, and we're going to hopefully incorporate...
And mom and dad.
So. Between our parents helping. Our biggest thing now, Keaton is going to be 10 this fall. Doesn't seem possible, but I'm hoping and praying that he can help pick up some slack in the tractor or the skid loader or... in between running us lunch.
We got a good local butcher. We do, but we don't really want to do anything yet until we're trying to just really work on our quality.
We want good quality before we do anything right now. It all takes time, just like with the hay. It all takes time. Nothing happens overnight. Hey, Tammy. What equipment is on your wish list? What piece of equipment is on your wish list?
Hey, John. Cragen.
What's on your wish list?
I really don't have a wish list right now. We're pretty well set.
How about we ask him what his wish list was about 3 weeks ago?
We'll just go to the next question.
So we recently upgraded somebody's tractor, and we did some equipment changing.
We really don't need any more right now.
My wish list, I don't know if I really have one, because my the baler I run was brand new in last spring. We had no bales through it. My accumulator works like a dream when it works. Sometimes it gets hung up and you need to throw some baby powder on it and kick it around a little bit. But I love my tractor. Jason really wants me to change. I love my 52. Mm-hmm. It makes me happy, and it's red.
Yeah, no, we know they're expensive, and like I said, we've ran the Cunes accumulator now. I think this will be our 6th year, something like that, 5th or 6th year.
It's 6. We got it when we got married.
I mean, it still works like it's brand new. So.
It's awesome. Like, I can't wait. Like, I am itching. It always happens this time of year where I'm ready to get in the field, and it's even more so right now. Like, yesterday, I was on a sky high, for a while, because I'm like, we're going to get in the field, and we're going to get to play around with the new baler, and...
Dry hay, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah. So I am patiently waiting for hay. Still. They're expensive, Sharon said. Mm-hmm. What else you got? You guys, this has been fun. I've enjoyed this. I thought it was going to be a lot less. I don't know what I thought. I was expecting it to be stressful. Hi, Delaney. if I've missed somebody saying hi, it's because I can't keep up. And Jason's missing people. Because I do have my laptop up and trying to watch both screens. Rain. No more rain. I need sunshine.
Yeah, we need some sun and warm weather, not just rain.
You know, the thing is, like, it was colder, but it never froze this winter very well at all that I remember.
We didn't have a good freeze. It just like
it got cold.
It froze on top.
Crap.
Yeah, it froze on top maybe the first 2 or 3 inches at times, but it never really stayed. So there was no bottom to anything.
Jessica's got snow.
Yeah, I knew it was going to snow.
Oh,
up there
I would cry probably if we had snow right now. It would not be good for my mental health.
Hopefully about 10 days we'll be cutting. Hopefully.
And what will we cutting?
The first crop we cut's alfalfa.
It's always.
It's just what comes first, and
alfalfa is a baby.
Not only that, but it's the most important.
It's the most. Most important, but it is like the top priority. Time sensitive. Yeah, it's got to be cut a certain time frame to hit all the other cuttings, because there's been times you've gotten 5 cuts off the alfalfa.
You can just keep that snow there. We don't need no more.
I would have a meltdown. A bad one. I can handle cold weather as long as there's sun. It can be 0 outside, and I'm happy if the sun is shining. But if it's dreary, damp, raining, not good. Not good at all. Mm-mm. You had to start the stove in the shop tonight.
Yep. It's just supposed to get cold, so no moisture. We got that last night.
How many acres do you have for alfalfa?
Roughly about 105, somewhere in there.
I wasn't too off. I was thinking 110. I will airmail. If you airmail me any snow,
good thing we're west.
I'm going to send you cow poop.
Good thing we're west. It ain't gonna come that way. So.
75 yesterday, sunburn. You know what?
Sounds
Here's
like
the
Missouri
deal.
Weather,
so that was last week with me. I had sunburn on one day because we were fencing. My mom keeps calling. Apparently she missed the memo for our live video. I had got sunburn last week when we put up fence. Was that last week we put up fence? A week and a half ago?
Yeah, about a week and a half ago.
We strung some fence up 2 weeks ago, and I got sunburn, and the next day it was cold and damp and dreary, and it was like...
Seems like it's like
God,
December weather.
Get it together out there. Jessica asked about horses and cattle. It's not very easy for me to get the horses over to the cows right now because I would have to ride them. And the only one that I will ride over there to get me there fast is my barrel mare because I'm too lazy to hook up the truck and trailer. So there will be days where you'll see me have the cows and the horses together. It just all takes time. What is the average counts you year for the alfalfa?
Cuts?
Yeah.
Probably cuts.
Yeah. How many? Yeah.
On average, we usually always get 4, and sometimes if we can, it probably won't happen this year, but if we get started early and we can hit the range just right, we can get 5, but it's rare.
It's pushing it.
So we've done it though. It just like getting started late. I mean, we ain't gonna get started now until probably at least the 18th. So you already missed 1 cut there almost.
Yeah.
So
there's been times we've cut in April, like April 15th of alfalfa.
No, not that early, but April. I think
20th,
I think
maybe?
the 24th is about the earliest. Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at pictures.
And at that, we didn't get that much tonnage, but we were really going for quality.
The first cut of alfalfa is always like that. Like you're itching to cut it, and you think it's going to make something, and then I get frustrated because I'm like, there's nothing out here, because I know how many bales I can get per field almost, and I'll look at him and be like, I didn't make any hay. And he'll be like, it'll be all right, next cut will be twice the amount.
A lot of times, too, you have a good stretch there in April when everybody's planting and it goes good and everything, and then you might set in for a month of rain, and then it's like, well, you wish you would have cut like a long time ago, because now you're on your next cut. So when everybody else is just cutting their first.
Yeah.
But
The thing is, we don't really have a whole lot of competition square-wise around here. We have round bale competition, and that was one of the things that led us to upgrading and changing our big squares, because now we are going to have big square bales instead of round bales. That's going to be our biggest change this year.
it amazes me how much longer your alfalfa is.
In paired hours. You'll have to read. Dad always gets maybe 3. Beginning, middle. See, okay, so back in the day, hay farming didn't really ever start till June.
Well, everybody wanted to cut alfalfa too in 3 major cuts, and it kind of depends on what you're doing. For us, we're trying to sell it, so obviously we want the best quality we can get, so we try to cut more times. But if you were just typically going to feed it, a lot of people, it kind of depends on what you're going for, but a lot of people want to strive for tonnage, so they cut their major 3 holidays. It'd be Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day, and it kind of spreads it out just about even. So,
but we want a lot. Good night, Tammy. Thanks for tagging along. She's a big supporter.
yeah, and she's an hour ahead of us.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I'll have to remember that. I was more or less thinking we have to get home from choring.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. I must have been too young.
I have to remember that I was stressing because I thought, oh my God, when he told me we were going to tag a calf, and I'm like, it's 7 o'clock. I need to be home by 8. All right, and he's like, well, you just may have to do it out here in the field. I'm like, I guess I can do that, but I don't know if I'm going to have service. So that's why I did a test run at 7:30 to see if I was going to have service. He's been his own businessman since I was little. Well, guys, this lasted a lot longer than I anticipated, and I truly appreciate all your all support, not just with the page, but the blog, just checking in on my Snapchats and the YouTube channel. This has been a life-changing thing for me. Leaving the office and being right here, it's a whole different world. Being a farmer's daughter, then being a farm wife, to being somebody's right-hand farm girl is a whole different thing. We see each other every day, but we're not ever this close. Yeah. He does really treat me like an employee sometimes. So
we try to do our best.
And that's what I want to show. The biggest thing with my channel and for the blog is showing people what it's like through my eyes. Farming. Go lock the chickens up, Carol. It's almost 9. They're on a schedule. I would give it another 10 minutes or you'll be standing outside. Believe me.
They'll be up now.
Well, by the time she gets out there, they'll probably be up. There's always one that never wants to go in. It's probably because I don't talk to her like Carol does. So one of the biggest things with this page is I wanted to show what it's like being farm family. The kids I call them free-range farm kids because literally they have 60 acres and they do whatever they want. Jalen is a tyrant and she is out the door knocking. Go deal with her.
My eyes are dry.
Okay, just hold on. We're almost done, okay? Go find it in the back.
Okay.
Just a minute. The kids taking over someday is my hopes. That's what I dreamed of as a little girl. It's fine. Just let her up because I'm sure Keaton might jump in anyway. I wanted to be a farmer for as long as I could remember. And my dad said, you better find a farmer. You better find a farm boy. Hey, Elizabeth, glad you could join on. I wouldn't trade this world for anything. People ask me all the time, would you go back to work? I don't think I could ever go back to work. I think I would miss this too much. The kids drive me nuts. Jason, Callie says hi. Can you wave?
Say hi.
Can you wave? Here comes the other one.
Say wave.
Can you wave?
There you go.
There you go. Are you jumping on, Keaton? So, he's trying. This is the next generation. It's okay, Elizabeth. You can rewind and watch it. You're not missing out on a whole lot. We're just about to shut down, though. We're gonna definitely do this.
It's dark here.
It is dark here. It's getting bedtime, isn't it? This is the next generation. I can't wait to let them see the world through my eyes. It is a passion. Cows have always been my passion. Farming. I think the biggest thing with what drew me to Jason was that he was a farmer. We share the same values, and I'm thankful that we get to raise the kids the way we are. Like, the COVID thing has been an eye-opener, and I'm so thankful we don't live in the city. Like, being able to keep doing what we're doing. Because nothing really has changed for us, except for I don't go to town, and these kids are with me all the time.
Damn. Come on, man.
So, thank you guys for tagging along. You want to say hi? No? Okay. Thanks for tagging along every day, all the time. Send in love, send in support. It truly means a lot. I think we're going to do this again sometime soon. Maybe we'll get the kids and their opinions on it. You'll have to get behind Dad's shoulder, like right here, Keaton. And I wasn't single. That's right, Elizabeth. So, the whole reason we're together is because Elizabeth wasn't single.
Yeah, that's right.
And I took a chance, you know. So, thanks for tagging along. Have a good evening, and we'll chat with you soon.
You watch some YouTube videos and share,
Like and share.
and subscribe.
That's right. You want to do your thing, Keaton? Mm-mm. You don't want to do it. Can
Kelly
you?
said hi.
Callie says hi, Keaton.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Can you say like, share, and subscribe?
Ain't
you
that
say-
the truth Dad said?
Well, we'll have to talk about like our history sometime. Like we'll talk about that next time. Our hey, Grandma Carol says hello. Can you wave at her? She's gonna go lock up the chickens, and we are gonna sign off and have some dinner because it's
Hi.
9 o'clock and we haven't had any dinner yet. Falling behind on my routine.
That's okay. We're in the hay business. We're always gonna work late, so.
Except for I still get up at 4. I'm still a morning person. Okay, everybody out, and I'm
All
going
right.
to thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.